everyone, welcome back to Steins. In the last episode, we decided to meet up with Moika to try to convince her or figure out what the fuck's going on. We did, and then we were kidnapped. Oh no, and we wake up in the back of a station wagon, and the windows are coated with black film, so I can't tell where we are. I feel a throbbing pain in the back of my head. My hands are tied behind me. What time is it? How long have I been unconscious? There's a man with me inside the car. I recognize him from a previous time leap. He is the one who stabbed Mayuri in the taxi. The man seems to have noticed I've woken up, but he doesn't speak. He just waves his gun menacingly, as if to say that there's no hope of escape. The dashboard clock reads 7:30. I look out the window again. Through the film, I manage to make out a street sign. We're close to the lab. Has the attack already happened? Before I left, I told everyone, including Mayuri, to run. If she did as I said, she won't die by their hands, but that doesn't mean she's safe. If I don't do something, Moika's going to take the time leap machine away. What will happen then? Seren can have the machine if it'll save Mayuri. The problem is it won't. Not when the world itself is determined to kill her. As long as the time leap machine remains in my hands, I can keep trying to fix things. I'll leap again and again until I find a way to save her. But if I lose the machine, then the future is decided. A future without Mayuri. I have to get to it before they do, even if that means I might get shot. As long as I survive to reach the time leap machine, everything will be alright. That noise. My bound hands limit me to headbutts and kicks, but I somehow manage to knock down the man guarding me and escape. My chest and neck are covered with blood. I must have been shot during the struggle, but thanks to the adrenaline pumping through my body, I barely feel any pain. I can still move, that's all that matters. I run up the stairs with my hands still tied. I can only pray that I'll be able to operate the time leap machine quickly enough. Mayuri Kusundaru are in the lab. So are Moika and her men. When I open the door and bust in, everyone looks at me in surprise. Okarin! When she sees my tattered body, Mayuri runs to me with tears in her eyes. Wait! I try to stop her. In the corner of my eye, I see Moika take aim at Mayuri. I try to put myself between them. I try to cover Mayuri with my body. But a man grabs me from behind and pulls me back. I watch helpless as Mayuri's tiny body drops to the floor. Her eyes, wide and wet with tears, seem to stare into mine. But I can see that they have already lost their light. She's gone. Again. Again. Again! What happens next is the same as before. Suzuha defeats the Rounders, and Kurisu helps me at the time leap. It was a little earlier this time. When I go back further... it can only be when it still existed. A flood of sound beats on my eardrums. When it subsides, I find myself again in the lab. It's just before 5. I have 2.5 hours before Mayuri dies. I find myself staring at the time leap machine. This thing's the reason for Moika's attack. If only we had never built the phone wave. If only we had never sent those D-mails. Perhaps the future might be different instead of the nightmare it promises now. Would anything change if I broke it, just smashed it to pieces right here? In a rush of adrenaline, I grab a chair and lift it high over my head. Just as I'm about to bring it crashing down on this infernal machine, a voice cries out. Stop, Okabe! What are you doing? Kusu grabs my arm and pulls me back. Are you trying to break the machine? You don't have to break it, Okabe. We already decided not to experiment, remember? Anyways, put the chair down. I lower the chair slowly, not because Chris told me to, but because I realized what would happen if I really did break the machine. It caused, or will cause, Mayuri's death, but at the same time, it's my only chance of averting that future. If I lose it, I lose my only hope of saving her. The fear of that outcome stayed in my hand. You look pale. What's wrong? Are you listening? I can't deal with this. Not now. Wait, I flee from the lab. I don't have a particular destination in mind. People look at me strangely as I shuffle down the street. I imagine I must look like I crawled up from the grave. Soon I get fed up with the crowd around the station and escape to pedestrian overpass. I get about halfway across the bridge and squat down on the concrete. The giant screen on UPX building is advertising some goth punk band. The ticketer at the bottom displays today's weather forecast along with the date and time. I realize that today is Friday the 13th. There is no way to get through today without Mayuri dying. It's already 5:30, 2 hours until the attack. Light around Akihabara Station turn on one by one as the sun sets. The moe might be gone from Akiba, but the area around the station is still as posh as ever. I don't belong here. The bridge I'm sitting on has become a dated spot for couples. I see them standing here and there gazing at the cityscape with their arms wound around each other. Somehow they never seem to tire of the dull, unchanging scenery. What am I doing here? Mayuri is about to die. Hey, don't you think you're a little old to be sitting on the ground in public? I lift my head to see Kurisu standing there. So this is where you went. I've been looking for you.
No.
Christina. What? What time is it now? 5:38? Hey, if you have time to sit around, then can you help me with the shopping? Shopping. Oh, right. Preparations for the party. In the original timeline, I went shopping with Kurisu at the UPX supermarket. And then we talked on this bridge, just like now. It feels like so long ago. Back then I had no idea what was about to happen. Well, are you gonna come along or not? I sigh deeply. I don't believe that it was wrong to time leap. However, Kurisu, I keep my eyes lowered. That's the first time you've said my name properly. I feel her eyes on me. Help me. I can't save Mayuri alone. I realize that now. Reliving today again and again, only to taste the same despair each time, has taught me one important lesson. Alone I am powerless. Alone I have no hope. Help me. Tell me what happened. I know you used the time leap machine. What? I look up in surprise. Kurisu doesn't meet my stare. Instead, she leans on the guardrail, gazing down at the plaza with her usual frown. You get a phone call and suddenly you're like a different person. It was obvious. I came from 3 hours in the future. What happened? They killed Mayuri. I lower my head, trying to hold back the tears. I explain about Sedan and Moika and how Kurisu herself activated the time machine and made this possible. I tell her about my previous leaps. I can explain that the world itself wants Mayuri dead, and I can't save her no matter how hard I try. I keep talking for 30 minutes straight. During that time, Kurisu hardly says a word. It's all my fault. Talking to Kurisu lets me sort out everything I've done, everything I've seen. I should have told Daru. I shouldn't have told Daru to hack Sedan. I shouldn't have asked you to build the time machine. I shouldn't have made Moika a lab mem. Mayuri's death is all my fault. That's why I need to bear the burden myself. I was resolved to do whatever it took to save Mayuri, never faltering, never giving up, and yet my resolve has already crumbled. If you know that Mayuri's going to die, then what are you doing wasting time here? Chris's tone is hauntingly. This is how I sounded when I'm playing. Is this how I sound when I'm playing Hoin Kyoma? I just don't get it anymore. What don't you get? How to save Mayuri? Based on what you've said, I guess the chronology protection conjecture is true. No matter what I do, Mayuri dies. And that's why you keep time leaping. There's no guarantee that the machine is safe, you know. Kurisu lowers her gaze and cups her chin, as she often does when assessing a problem. Even if the machine works perfectly, repeated use may have serious side effects. For example, you may become disconnected from casuality itself. Causality? You need to understand the risks if you're going to continue. Disconnected from causality, meaning it happens all the time in sci-fi. You become trapped in a closed time loop, never aging, never dying, but doomed to repeat the same day for all eternity. Worst case, you may cease to exist entirely. What? Every trace of your existence will vanish. Nobody will remember you, because your life will never have happened. Leaping through time is that dangerous. Humans are temporal beings. Kurisu looks surprised. Heidegger. I was thinking of that quote too. I heard it from you first. When? This isn't the first time I've leaped. Right, of course. Kurisu squats next to me, thinking deeply. If what you said is true, then I want to save Mayuri too. But as the co-creator of the Time Leap machine, I can't recommend its continued use. Will you listen to my advice? I can't do it alone. I know that now. I need your help. I have to save Mayuri. I can't do it alone, but together we might have a chance. I need to believe that. Please lend me your strength. Kurisu sighs. You're such a stubborn fool. What you've been through, I'm surprised it hasn't broken you already. Incredibly, she sounds concerned about me. She looks at me for a moment, then turns away as if embarrassed. I'll help. Anyway, I'm not doing this for you, okay? I'm doing it for Mayuri. Yeah, of course. That, and I think you'll make a good test subject. Now you're talking like Seren. It's completely different. How so? I only experiment on you. Besides, mad scientists experiment on themselves all the time, don't they? I guess. I'm no longer afraid to time leap. I'll do anything to save Mayuri. It's just a joke. Don't take it so seriously. Kurisu stands up and looks at her watch. There's not much time. I think you should have a clear plan before you try to change the future again. Meaning? Leap to an even earlier time. Then explain the situation to me again. Kurisu's right. My actions so far have been almost entirely random. And look where that's gotten me. I need a real plan if I'm going to save Mayuri. Let's go. Kurisu stretches her hand out. I grasp it and pull myself up. Mayuri and Daro are already back. When we return to the lab, Suzuha's there too. To get rid of them, Kurisu and I explain that we forgot to do the shopping, so could they please take care of it for us? I have to cough up the money to convince them to go, but it works. I understand why you can't tell Mayuri, but why can't you tell Hashida? I'll tell him when it's necessary. For now, it's not, and I don't have time to explain. While Kurisu sets up the machine, I head downstairs to the Brahm Tube workshop, kick the door open, and turn on the 42-inch. That went more smoothly than anticipated. It's highly illegal, of course, but I left long before the cops get here. Or leap long before the cops. Kurisu looks shocked when I return to the lab. They'll throw you in the slammer for breaking and entering. In a few seconds, it won't have happened. Kurisu hands me the headgear and I put it on. I see. That's how it looks from your perspective. What does it look like from my perspective? What happens here after you leap? You'll know soon enough. My consciousness travels to the past. That I know from experience. What about the body I leave behind? If time is a straight line, then it's likely at the present will be reconstructed based on my actions in the past. But if the many world lines interpretation holds, then after I leave, the world will continue on as if nothing happened. I used to be so fascinated by the structure of the universe, but now I don't really care. All that matters is saving Mayuri. Krisu's fingers stopped typing on the keyboard. What's wrong? It's nothing. I was just thinking. Maybe it works like a D-mail? The instant we send a D-mail, the present changes around us. Thanks to reading Steiner, only I remember what it's like before the changes. That would make things easier, though I kind of hope you're wrong. Because you can't collect data if you can't record the change. Exactly. Krisu nods and begins tinkering with the settings again. I set the destination to 5 hours ago. You should arrive around 1:40 p.m. I completed the time leap machine just after 2. Do you remember? Barely. For Krisu, that happened only 5 hours ago. For me, it feels like weeks. Maybe it has been weeks. Nobody likes a man who can't remember dates. Be thankful that I make a habit of checking the time. I have a pretty good idea what happened when. Krisu finished typing and turns to face me. Listen, Okabe, if you're going to keep using the time leap machine, there's one thing you must remember. Don't let go of your phone, ever. It's your lifeline, your destination marker. As long as you keep it with you, you can leap anytime you want. But if you lose your phone, if someone else gets a hold of it, then if I leap to that time, my memories could override theirs. I don't want to imagine what might happen next. If it breaks, or if battery dies, then I won't be able to leap to that time. If it breaks, then I can get a new phone with the same number, but there's still a period of time which I can never leap. The time leap will fail. Once again, never let go of your phone. Got it. After you leap back this afternoon, just sit tight and don't do anything until I complete the time leap machine. If you accidentally prevent me from completing the machine, it'll likely wreak havoc on the timeline. As soon as I finish, declare that we will not experiment and then send everyone home. Ask me to stay, tell me the truth. If you say you came from the future, I'll probably believe you. How do you know? Who knows me better than myself? Krisu grins faintly and stands up after she's done typing. Don't forget, it was my mad skills that turned the phone wave into the time leap machine. When you told me about your time leap, I took it as proof that my theories were right. I was happy it succeeded. I really was. I didn't doubt it was true for a second. I see. Just to be safe, I should probably give you a passphrase. What I want most right now is my own fork. What? It doesn't mean anything, okay? You want your own fork? I already have my own spoon. Wait, that doesn't matter. Everything's ready. Now get out of here. I nod and call up the phone. Wave. Name subject to change. Be careful and remember, I'm always on your side. Krisu touches my shoulder and then steps away. I lay back on the sofa with my phone in my hand, needles in my brain, a whining in my ears. These sensations never get any easier to endure. I look at the clock. It's about 1:45. There's a high school baseball game on TV. In about 15 minutes, Krisu will finish the time leap machine. All it needs are some final adjustments, so there's nothing for me to do but wait. As the pain in my brain subsides, I realize that my head is throbbing. Why? Oh, I remember. Right before this, I had an argument with Mr. Braun in which he introduced his fist to my skull. Mayuri is at her sewing machine, working on her costume. Daru is at his computer collecting moe artwork from the internet. Kurusu's in the development room upgrading the time leap machine. I sit motionless as the minutes tick by. Suddenly, the sound of the sewing machine stops. Okarin, Okarin, can you come here? Mayuri shows me her costume. Can you hold this for me? Spread it out like what? Mayushi, say what again. Biron. I gotta whap. Stop it, perv. I follow Mayuri's directions and spread the costume out by the sleeves. Okay, thanks. Mayuri looks a little tired. She was working on this costume all night. But then she smiles brighter than the sun. All done. I said something here, didn't I? What was it? I can't remember. I finished before Chris-chan. We were racing. You win, Mayuri. Congratulations. But I'm finished too. Kurusu finishes connecting the two cords she's holding. Complete. Alright, that's my cue. We're not experimenting. Eh? Crap. Was that too soon? I just finished. You're already shutting it down? What was I doing for the past 3 days? Time Leap presents a host of problems. I want to consider them all carefully. Huh? That's unusually respectable option coming from you. Problems? I thought it was done. I'll explain later. Everyone's tired. Let's go home. We're not going to have a party to celebrate? We'll do that another day. I managed to convince Daru and Mayuri to leave. I lend Mayuri my phone charger since we use the same brand of phone. Kurusu tries to go home too, but I quietly keep her back.
Nani?
What? Are you upset? Yeah. Probably because I shot her down right after she finished the time leap machine. She'll feel relieved later, but only after she has time to fully consider the implications. I came from 5 hours in the future. Kurusu spears me with a piercing glare. Is that supposed to be funny? Her narrowed eyes make me believe that looks can kill. Don't glare like that. This isn't right. You're supposed to believe me. What made you think I'd believe something like that? You told me so 5 hours from now, okay? Don't be ridiculous. I'd never make such a baseless projection. I'd like to have a word with future Kurisu. This is how you're going to be, then you leave me no choice but to quote you word for word. When I told you about my time leap, you said, I took it as proof that my theories were right, and I didn't doubt it was true for a second. Don't forget, it was all my mad skills that turned the phone wave into a time leap machine. I don't talk like that. What you want most right now is your own fork. What? Kurusu's face suddenly turns red. You already have your own spoon, apparently. She said that? I'm gonna kill myself 5 hours from now. She appears genuinely shocked for some reason, but I'm pretty sure she believes me now. Feels like someone peeked into my heart. And that someone is Okabe, of all people. What does she think I'm going to do? But I think I believe you. Tell me the details. I explain everything to Kurusu again. I'm able to organize my thoughts better since this is my second time. I see. If what you say is true, then we have a serious problem. There are 5 hours until Mayuri's death. We need to come up with a plan before then. Future me said that the chronology protection conjecture holds, but I don't think that's quite right. That conjecture says that according to the quantum theory, time travel is impossible due to the danger of disrupting causality. But when you time leap, there's no chance of a time paradox occurring. Two of me don't exist at the same time, and I can't bring anything with me to the past. All that changes are the memories stored in my temporal lobe. So at very least, time leap can't cause a grandfather paradox. So I was right. The universe itself is censoring me, correcting any changes I try to make. If that's true, then time leaping can't save Mayuri. Nothing you do will change the result. I can't accept that. Neither can I. The world is trying to kill Mayuri? As a scientist, I refuse to believe such nonsense. What about many worlds' interpretations? I just need to observe the world where Mayuri doesn't die. The many worlds interpretation? That might have something to do with how Mayuri means of death keeps changing. But it's supposed to be impossible for parallel worlds to observe each other. Why are you different? Because of my Esper power, reading Steiner. This is no time for your Chunibyo nonsense. There's no other explanation. You've mentioned that reading Steiner thing before. Were you actually serious? Why would I make something up like that? Our D-mail experiments prove that I can somehow perceive changes in the timeline when they occur. It's an ability only I seem to possess. I don't know, but I don't want to rely on something that may not even exist. Anyway, you can't control which possibility you observe. Even if the many worlds interpretation holds true, it's unreasonable to expect that you'll ever find a world where Mayuri doesn't die. Wait, we're not getting away anywhere. Instead of analyzing what I've done, let's think about what we can do. Time leaping won't change the result. I just said that. Then what do we do? Calm down. How can I calm down? Do you know how many times I've seen Mayuri die? Covered in blood, gasping for breath, the light fading from her eyes again and again and again. And all I could do was watch. I hear my teeth grinding in my skull, recalling that despair, that feeling of utter powerlessness. Makes me want to lash out at everything within reach. Getting emotional won't solve anything. You're only calm because you weren't there. True. I don't know what happens 5 hours from now. To be honest, it doesn't feel real at all. But it's not like I don't believe you. You have to stay strong, Okabe. Kusu pets my arms. Her hand is warm and her touch is gentle. How American of her. Sorry. She's right. Getting emotional won't solve anything. I need to calm down. Calm down. What I don't understand is how the cause can cause change to the effect can stay the same. What I don't understand is how the cause can change but the effect can stay the same. It's like causality itself is broken. Maybe Kuryu Moika shooting her isn't the real cause of her death. Maybe it's something larger and less obvious. For example, maybe she dies because we invented a time machine or because Santa discovered our hacking. If that's the cause, then it doesn't really matter how she dies. Causality remains intact. Can that theory explain why Nai pushed her in front of the train? Oh, right. Anyways, the principle of casualty is absolute. Deny that, you deny all of physics. There must be a distinct cause for Mayuri's death. So if you figure out what it is, then maybe we can save her. Not necessarily. What do you mean? The problem is when the casual event occurs. If it happens too far in the past, then there's nothing we can do. But I can travel to any time I had a cell phone, can't I? No, it's still theoretical, but I believe that one leap within our machine has a maximum range of 48 hours. 48 hours? I can only go back 2 days? Why didn't you tell me that before? Before what? I just finished the time leap machine, remember? That's true. Future you didn't say anything about it either. Oh, so that's what you mean. Maybe she didn't have the chance. So how come I can only leave 48 hours?
私もマシンのすべての原理や
Even I
構
don't
造を理解
understand
して
everything
作
that's
った
going on
連
inside that
続での
thing.
跳躍は可能よ。タ
But
イム
you
リー
can
プ
do
マシンが存
consecutive
在している
leaps.
限り
That is, as long
例えば
as the time leap
10年後
machine
まで
exists.
タイ
For
ムリープマ
example,
シンが
if
壊
the
れずに
time
残
leap
っていたのな
machine
ら
remains
10
functional
年
for
の時間
10
を遡
straight
ってくる
years,
ことは
you
で
could
きる。
leap back to this moment 10
単
years from
純計
now.
算で
Of
1825
course,
回
it would
タイ
take
ム
a
リープする
total
必要があ
of
るからかなりのリスクになりそうだ。
1,825 leaps.
とにか
So I
く
don't recommend it.
理論上
Still,
は
it's
だった
theoretically
ら何の問
possible.
題は
Then what's the
大あ
problem?
り言ったでしょ。
Weren't you
タイム
listening?
リー
I
プマ
said
シ
as
ンが
long as the
存在してい
time
る
leap
限り
machine
あのマシン
exists.
はいつ完成した？
When was the time leap machine completed?
そう、
Oh,
ほんの1時間前
exactly. An hour ago.
2010
August
年
13th,
8月13日の
2010,
午後
2
2時ぐらい。
p.m. or
それ以
thereabouts.
前には存在し
It didn't
マ
exist
シンを
before
使う
then.
のは
It's impossible to use a
人工
machine
じゃないと不可能なの。
before 2 p.m. today.
過去方向へ
So what you're saying is 48 hours, count
8
48
月
hours back.
11日の
I
14
can't go
時ま
back
でしか
further
行けない
than
と
2 p.m. on the 11th? Krisu nods, her expression grave.
改良できないのか
Can't you
将
improve
来的
it?
にできるかもしれないけど
Eventually,
今
maybe,
の
but certainly
もっ
not
ときちん
now.
とした設備のあるところで
I need
お金
a
をた
real
くさん使って
laboratory
きちんと
with
した
real
パーツを
equipment.
使えばなんと
It
か
would
な
be
るかもしれない
expensive,
け
which
ど
means we would need
そ
sponsors.
れをやろうとしてもどうせ
And
セ
if
ル
we
に
go
潰
looking,
さ
I'm
れ
pretty
ると
sure Serin would
未来の
crush
私
us.
かあんたが未だにタイムリープしてきていない
I'd
と
say
い
that's
う回
proven
で
by the fact that neither you nor I have leapt here from far future yet. So basically,
タイムリープマシンがあっても5時間
even
後
with
に
the time leap
マユリが
machine,
セル
we
に
can't
殺さ
stop
れる
Senin
運命
from
は
killing Mayuri
結局避けられないの
5
かよ
hours from now? What? At that moment, I hear a sound outside the window. What? Is that Moika? Did she overhear us? I dash to the window and look down at the street. It's Suzuha. Her bicycle has fallen over and she's scurrying to pick it up. Our eyes meet. Huh? Why does she look so pale? Her lips move silently. She looks like she's whispering something, but I can't make it out from here. Hey! I call out to Suzuha, but she leaps onto her bike and zips away. She's acting strange. I smell a conspiracy. Moika was a spy. Could Suzuha be the same? It's too dangerous to trust anyone. Suzuha has exhibited suspicious behavior, though not as much as Moika has. She's openly hostile towards Kurisu, and she was able to take down Serin's hit squad single-handedly. I wonder if this missing father of hers really exists. Could he be the John Teeter who's been posting on the internet? What is the meaning of the name Beryl Teeter? Instinct tells me that she knows something. I dash out of the lab.
どこ行くの？
Hey! Where are you going? Ooh, and on that note, I'm gonna leave this episode here. Wow, so, I mean, we keep trying. Something's bound to happen. Or bound to change. And I think we're gonna finally get down to what's going on with Suzuha, which I'm really excited about because I have no recollection except for the final outcome of, like, our entire interaction with her. Like, so I know of her, but I don't know anything else about it. Like, I cannot remember because I have, like, the worst memory in the world. Shit. But anyways, if you're enjoying this series, if you want to see more from me, if you want to know what happens with Suzuha and with Mayuri and with Kurisu and what's going to happen and how we're going to save everybody and so on and so forth, then please subscribe. Do all that YouTube shit. And in the next episode, we're going to chase after Suzuha and find out what the hell is going on. So I'll see you then.